Hey guys, Matthew Marr with MorrowInvest.com. I'm here to bring you your tip of the day. It's February of 2016. I can't believe it's already February. I'm wearing my Norman Rockwell Valentine's tie. Let's see if you can see that. Isn't that nice? Today I wanted to talk to you guys about these live events that people put on all the time. Your daily, if you're driving, commuting somewhere, you're hearing on the radio, come to our live event. You know, if you want to see on HGTV, you know, you'll hear those ads constantly. So what I want you to do is go and ask somebody that's been to one of these live events. I have, so I'm going to tell you what my experience is. So as I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the guys up on stage, they all look great, and I've talked about some of my experiences before. You know, they're giving away cruises. They're like, who wants this $20 bill? And people rush the stage to get $20. Well, I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, this is great and all, but where's the meat? Where are the meat and potatoes for this event that I've come to? I've come to learn how to be a better real estate investor, how to be a better investor in general. I want to know about how to protect myself from lawsuits. I want to know how to invest my money wisely. I want to know how to make myself the most tax advantage I can be. They're not telling me that. They're giving away cruises at the carnival, right? So you have to figure out when you go to these events, you have to kind of look through the cloud a lot of times of what information they're really giving you. Most of the time, they're going to offer some free event. It'll be, you know, a one-day event, might be just a couple of hours, three hours, or it might be a weekend event. I've done both. So you go to these events, there's a meet and greet. They have really inspirational, hard-hitting music, you know, and they have guys come out in very slick suits, and they talk about being successful. They might show you a pretty picture with their Porsche or their Lamborghini or whatever their favorite car is. They'll show you pictures of the vacation they just went on with their gorgeous wife. They'll show you they've been to Bali in the Bahamas and Alaska, and they go all over the world seamlessly. They just come into this money because it's so easy. Let me tell you, those guys are making it sound easy, but they go to city after city after city. They have a whole crew that loads up all that stuff, and while your event might be on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, they've already set up meetings weeks in advance. And so they're going to go on to the next major city, and they're going to sell their wares again. Now, what do they do when they're selling? Well, again, they're going to offer you a free day or three-day deal, and they're going to call it VIP seating, right? You're a VIP. And so people get all emotional, and they get excited about all the possibilities. And, oh, could this be the answer to our problems? Is this really what's coming? You know, and they give you all the doom and gloom and all the terrible things, and they say you've got to be prepared, and all those things might be true, but just make sure that when these guys are pitching these things, that you keep your eyes open. After you get off the emotional high, don't sign up that very day. They're gonna give you. They're going to say this is limited seating. There's just no way. We're running out of seats. You got to do it today. Don't ever make big decisions like that. You need to stop. You need to think about it. Have some quiet time. Pray about it. Speak about it with your spouse. Talk to a mentor or a friend. Talk to somebody else that might have been to those events. Get some clarity before you just jump in and spend a lot of money. Now, they're going to pitch you whatever they can get from you. Now, what I mean by that is if they think that all you can afford is $300 for a day class, they'll try to pitch you at $300. Most of these guys, they're going to ask you what your financial situation is so they know which way to point you. Really, that's partially to know what to sell you, because they're not going to talk about their $50,000, $100,000 multi-million dollar packages if you don't have multi-million dollars, if you have terrible credit, if you have no money. Well, if you have no money and no credit, they're gonna direct you down to the $300 class, and they're gonna accept all major credit cards, of course, and you're gonna swipe your card. Now, are they giving you real information? I will tell you, for the most part, I have researched nearly, I won't say everyone because there's literally thousands of these guys, including myself, that pitch all this stuff. So I'm not going to tell you that they're not giving you good information. I think that there's a difference between knowledge, the knowledge of having something. Yeah, you might know, but how do you actually use that information and have understanding of what you're hearing? So yes, you might hear something, but they might rattle something off in just 5 seconds to say what they did and make it sound real easy. Oh, we did a Reg D offering, da, 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 and they'll just speed on past it. Well, what they didn't just say is a Reg D offering. Well, what's that? Well, now you got to go do research on what a Reg D offering is with the Securities and Exchange Commission. That is, these guys are doing really, really big things, right? When they say them so fast, it sounds simple, right? Well, they don't want to confuse you because the confused mind says no, okay? So they're going to want you to get that $300 package. And then, you know, if they find out you have a 401k, if you have tax money coming in, they're going to say, oh, well, what are you interested in? And they're going to offer you a lot of different classes. So you might have anything from tax liens to how to prepare yourself with your businesses, have an asset protection. It might be how to take a tax class. They might have a house on flipping, on renovating, rehabbers. I mean, they're going to literally have everything. Now, again, you're going to pay for that information, and whether or not you're able to use it or not is going to be up to you. Everybody has a different skill set. Okay, so I would tell you, though, that the majority of that information that you're going to get is completely pointless because there are so many things that they have spent lifetimes creating that there is no get rich quick, okay? And I think that's probably the biggest point I can make in this video is I don't want to say they prey on people, but some of them have because their job is to sell the classes that they're offering. Right? So they want you to sign up. Now, I, for one, have turned down some people just because I've said I don't think it's a right fit. I've had people come to me with money and said, hey, I want to do a flip or I want to do this. And they've got this excitement in there. I've got to get rid of this money. I got to do something with this money. And that, to me, is a red flag. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Is this investment money? Investment money is money you can lose. This is a business, but there are no guarantees. You know, if you go to your financial advisor, he has his Series 7 and 63. He's insured for $1 million. But he's going to have you sign a thing at the bottom when you buy a mutual fund, an IRA, an annuity, any of that stuff, and it's going to say, this may lose all value. And you're going to have to sign that. So after he shows you their elemental chart, right, with all their different stock picks, they're going to show you what their company has done over an X period amount of time. They're going to show you the trends in the market, show you what inflation has or hasn't done. And then they're going to sell you on it. And as you're signing, there's a paragraph, might even be a sheet, that says, hey, this is no, past performance is not a guarantee of future results. So you may lose all value. So you need to know that. Okay. So my point is that get rich quick does not exist in this realm. If you're going to be an investor, this is slow and steady wins the race. This is a disciplined effort that you spend on a daily basis. Think about how much time you spend watching TV or how much time you spend just listening to music or doing whatever you do. You got to understand that this is a business, and you might not be the best accountant, or you might not say, I don't have that particular skill. Well, guess what? If you want to be genuinely successful, and we're talking monetarily now, again, this is anything. This could be if you wanted to be a long-distance runner, you can't do that sitting on the couch, right? If you wanted to be a long-distance runner, that's something that you would have to work towards on a daily basis and build yourself up in endurance before you could finally run a marathon, right? Same thing. Sports are a great analogy to life. It's the same thing. You're not going to just jump into a new business. They make it sound real easy, like, oh, well, all you've got to do is learn how to assign contracts, and you'll go and you'll assign a contract on a multi-million-dollar shopping center, and you'll make millions of dollars, and you had no money in the deal. That's just not realistic. That's not going to happen. The guys that you're going to go to, you're going to say, I've got a contract here I'd like you to sign for multi-million dollars, and they're going to say, who are you? Who are you? I don't know you in this town. Who are you? Who's your partners? What assets do you have? Where's this money coming from? Give me proof that this is your money in your bank account. Show me your line of credit, right? They want proof of funds. They want to know who you are, who you're dealing with. And sometimes even if you show them proof of funds, they'll say, no, I don't want to do the deal. It's crazy. You'd think, oh, once I get multi-million dollars, I'll just be able to do whatever I want. Well, that's not the case. You might have a city council in your area that doesn't want that type of business in their area, or they might have a different plan for their city planner, might have a different plan for that area or that building or whatever, right? So the point is, there is no free ride. There is no way in business to avoid the stress and hard work. Stress and hard work are just going to come with the territory. Now, it's fun if you're enjoying the process. That's half the fun. If you enjoy the process, you like rehabbing, you like the art of finding the deal, you like negotiating with people, you love meeting new people, you like doing those things, then yeah, that can be exciting and fulfilling for you on a daily basis. But if you say it's not stressful, that's just not realistic. I mean, any of these things can be stressful, and imagine if you've got a spouse and children that you're trying to provide for. You got to think about, they got to eat every day, right? We've talked about that before. So I encourage you guys, just look at the fruits. Don't listen to what people say. When you look at these businesses, look at their fruits. Try to figure out what exactly it is that they're doing. What's their end game? What do they really want? Do they really want you to be successful in real estate or investing or whatever? Or are they just trying to sell their product? Do they have an invested interest in you? Do they really care that you're successful or not? Or do they just want to sell another item? It's really important you guys do your research before you go into one of these events, because you can go to Vegas or one of these casinos and they have really, really elaborate, great presentations. They'll give you all the pens and squeeze toys and flip calculators and a leather-bound cover and all these things that'll motivate you, and none of that has anything to do with business. All that is just fluff. All that stuff is just part of the marketing deal. They've got a guy over there calculating the numbers. How many heads do we have to have in this room, and how many of the people in that room have to buy a product for us to be successful in this area? So guys, pay attention to what you're doing. I hope this blesses you guys. Have a great day.